Hello everyone, how's it going? BigLT here.
And SFParker, you can call me Parker for short.
Welcome back to another food review. And yes, she is back for a little bit.
Just a little.
Yep. Anyway, we're doing Twisted Queso Doritos. I wanted to do this with Scotty on Tuesday, but it was the day of my brother's passing and I didn't want to leave home.
Which actually ended up being Wednesday.
Yeah. And just so everybody's aware, Walmart. Cheesy. It smells more cheesy than the actual nacho cheesier.
Interesting.
You could have picked one out.
Oh, yeah. Pick a couple out.
A flavor explosion of bold cheese and heat. Jalapeno, just a bit. So it's like the Fritos jalapeno cheddar dip, but it's got a little more jalapeno to it.
Yeah.
But it's not overly spicy, so that's a good sign.
I feel like I've tasted this somewhere before. I just don't know where.
Have you ever had the jalapeno cheddar Cheeto mac and cheese?
No.
Okay, that was the only place I can think of. The Fritos jalapeno cheddar cheese dip. Again, that's the only thing I can think of. Also, good some of you are probably wondering. Yes, I got a new chair. I got it today.
Oh, we didn't take the tag off.
You know what? They can't read it, so who cares?
It's fine. It's fine. It's very good, though. I want more.
Actually, okay, go ahead. Have me one. Here, why don't you take the bag for a bit while I tell the story about the chair. So, Parker took me to a thrift store that's still in town here. And according to you, it's the only one that's left in town, right?
Mm-hmm. I think there's one consignment store left, but we are the only thrift store.
Okay. And she volunteers at this place, too.
Yep.
She originally took me there to get a new dresser because my last dresser was sitting on the floor.
Which
and
causing its own issues.
Was causing some issues. And the legs broke off, so that's why it was sitting on the floor. So she found one for me for $45.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it.
Sturdy thing too.
Yes.
It was a pain in the butt getting it back.
Yeah. And then while she was getting the dresser ready, I was still in the store looking at the chairs, and I saw this one. I almost decided the blue one because it was
That was my second guess.
Because it was, I think it said it was like $6, $8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and then I was like looking at this one. I was like, I think I like this one better because it looks a little more cleaner than that blue one. The blue one looked a little wore out, and has a little bit of dirt on it. It's like, nah, I don't think I want that. Plus, this one, all I have to do is push back to recline it. There's no thing on the sides.
You want to tell them how much you got this for? This lovely, lovely chair?
Just gotta double check. Yep, $26. Mm-hmm. Now, one of my next things I need to get for my apartment is a mattress.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost me $700 because I'm getting it at Ashley Furniture.
I'm not letting you pay nearly $1,000 for a mattress. Let me do some research.
Instead of $700.
Yeah, that's too close to the number 1,000.
All right. If you say so.
And the last time I checked, you can definitely get mattresses for a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Then again, I haven't gotten a mattress for like 5 years now. We all know that inflation's gone up considerably.
I've never had to go out and buy my own mattress aside from the air mattresses.
Yeah, it sounds exceptionally expensive for a basic mattress.
Then again, I talked to Scotty and his current mattress he had. He bought at Brick Furniture. That cost him over $1,000.
What the heck are you guys doing?
I'm not doing
You get
anything.
a car for that price.
I'm not
a
doing.
bad car, but it's still a car.
I'm not doing anything. Apparently he is though. But then again, he's got a job. I don't. This is my job.
Okay.
YouTube's my job.
You're not allowed to buy that mattress until I've double checked to make sure that's actually a fair price.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. The mattress itself is $400, and then there's the bed.
Oh, it's got extra stuff with it?
Yeah, the bed frame is $200, and then tax.
Oh, I know you were including the frame. Never mind.
Yeah.
It actually does sound pretty fair then.
Okay, so you're okay with it.
No.
And this is a queen.
Yeah, if it was just the mattress.
No, I would have walked away from. I would have walked away from that.
I thought you were literally just buying a single mattress. I'm like, $700 for a single mattress?
No, I would have walked.
Scared me for a moment.
I would have walked away from it. Trust me. No, I was including the bed frame with it, so I knew it was $400 for the mattress, $200 for the frame. That was $600 plus whatever tax. I need at least $700 to pay for it. Unless the tax goes over $100, then I have to pay.
Okay, so obviously it's mostly corn and vegetable oil.
Reading the ingredients, are we?
And then less than 2% of whey, salt, corn, no word I can't pronounce, monosodium, glutamate. Then we got buttermilk, romaine cheese, cheddar cheese, onion powder, sugar.
Sugar. Obviously.
Natural and artificial flavors, spices, lactose. Just lactose, not a milk product, just lactose.
No, lactose is a milk sugar. It's milk sugar.
Jalapeno peppers.
There's the jalapenos.
Garlic pepper, dextrose, sodium caseinate, skim milk, lactic acid, citric acid, malic acid. There's a lot of acid in this.
It's probably good acid.
Artificial color, yellow 6, blue 1, red 40. Disodium incinate?
You don't have to read the scientific ones, just the ones you can actually say.
Oh, okay. And contains milk ingredients.
Okay.
Wrong.
But then you can say stuff like yellow number 5 or red number 40 or something like that. That will get a pass, though, even though we don't use that in actual cooking. It's just some stuff where we
It's important these days because the whole food color thing has been brought up recently.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah, lactose. That is a milk sugar.
So even when I'm trying to not eat sugar, I'm eating sugar. Yay.
Pretty much. But then you agreed to this.
I did agree to this.
But yeah, you'll find lactose in just milk itself, cheese, ice cream, yogurt.
Dairy products.
Various dairy products, yes. All dairy products. Cottage cheese, I would imagine. I don't know about pudding. That one I'm not sure if it's a dairy thing or if it's a sugar thing.
That's an interesting question.
Because I can see pudding as kind of a snack, not so much as something you can just say, hey, I can have this with my hamburger like cheese, or hey, I can have this.
But I don't know if pudding's a dairy product or not.
Actually, I think it would be, because I think I've seen pudding in the aisle.
Like, it's in the same group as flan, and flan's made with dairy products, isn't it?
Wait, are we thinking the same kind of pudding?
Like a pudding cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
in the same category as flan.
I would not have known that, because I think of flan as kind of gelatinous, kind of like Jello.
But you know, in certain countries, they refer to flan as pudding.
This I did not know. But then again, over in the UK, if you didn't know this, instead of saying what's for dessert, they'll say what's for pud.
That sounds inappropriate.
No, it's pud is shortening for pudding.
I don't care. It sounds inappropriate.
That's what they say over there in the UK.
Look, they can say jumper, they can say crackers, they can say biscuits, all they want. I draw the line at pud. No, don't like it. Don't like the way it sounds.
It's just English.
It's not English.
I said it's just the English. As in the UK. They use a different vocabulary.
I know that.
Different to ours because we adapted our own.
Actually, there is considerable controversy. So, technically, it depends on the word. But what happened is like, oh gosh, how do I describe it? Because I know someone else has brought this up. But technically, American English uses closer to what, like, the Latin origin is, thus is more simplified. And it's British English that's actually further away from its Latin roots And there are certain things that started with American English that were then adopted by British English instead of the other way around. I just can't remember which specific word where everyone's just like, oh, that's just how the Americans say it. It's like, no. We're saying it the right way. It's the British English that changed it. Thank you very much.
Even though...
There's no need for the letter U in flavor or color. I will die on that hill.
Even though most of us Americans came from Europe in the first place.
That's not true.
I said most, not all.
No, that's not true either. Our country is heavily diversified. And there's a big difference between saying you came from the UK versus you came from the European area, because various countries like Germany, France, and Spain are not British.
I did say Europe.
Yes, but you also forgot we've got Middle Eastern, we've got people from the continent of Africa, we've got
Yeah, I know that.
Asia.
Well, I mean, Africa was because of slavery, which...
Not entirely. Not these days. Modern days.
No, I'm talking about during the days when the Civil War was making it an issue.
Yeah, but people still technically have their ancestry here, even if it's modern ancestry. You can't just discount somebody because they are a second-generation American.
Yeah, this is probably why I didn't pay attention to history class. No, I get it. America has various other nationalities, not just people that just came from Europe.
I think the problem is that when you're this far into the Midwest, we don't get as much diversity.
Right.
Not so much as like New York or California or even Florida gets.
Because Florida gets...
So things do tend to be very Caucasian European based here.
Yeah. Because I know this, like, Florida, they mostly get, like, Cubans down there. Californians mostly get Latinos or Hispanic.
Sort of. I wouldn't even say that.
And I would imagine with New York, it's more Italians, but I could be wrong on that.
No. Everyone comes in to all sorts of places. I mean,
it's just what I just learned is all.
Our town has always been, for whatever reason, a hotspot for immigrants from like Kenya to come from.
Just so you guys are out there aware, I'm not trying to disrespect on any nationality, okay? I'm not that kind of person.
I'm just trying to help you not accidentally paint too many things with a black and white large brush stroke. Because there really is a lot of nuance in it.
And I'm not trying to offend anyone. That's... No.
We're definitely trying to avoid that because we don't actually want to offend anybody.
I never want to offend anybody. If I ever do, it's not on purpose. It's an accident.
Ooh, speaking of which, queso. I actually don't know much about queso.
Where's it from? Queso is basically a Mexican cheese.
So specifically Mexican, not Spanish.
Mexican, not Spanish, I believe. Yes.
Ooh.
So think of it like Mexican food type stuff.
Yeah.
Like even like nachos is considered to have queso on it. But sorry, I had a...
Wait, is that where the word quesadilla... Is it because it uses queso? I'm an idiot. Oh my god. How am I only just connecting that now? Just hand me another chip.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
These are very munchable.
And I think that's also where Qdoba gets its name from, I think. I said think. I didn't say it was a guarantee. I didn't say that was 100% true about that.
No. What I was thinking is like, oftentimes...
Because every time I see those Qdoba ads, they always pour cheese on everything.
I think there's a really big difference between what we consider Mexican food and what Mexican food actually is.
Well, yeah, because
Qdoba, I believe, is Mexican food. It's American Mexican food. Like, it's been changed slightly for our culture and palate. Kind of like if you were to go to Japan and you go to, like, an American food restaurant, food is, like, not really American.
I will say this. If it wasn't for the founder of Taco Bell, Americans wouldn't have had Mexican food as easily as we do right now.
Not as easily accepted into the culture, yes.
Right. Because Taco Bell is where it all started.
Which is a shame because Taco Bell is not food, it is just diarrhea. And
We don't even have a Taco Bell in this town. We have a Taco John's.
Actually, they kept poisoning people.
Really?
Food poisoning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not a good establishment. If you went there,
Well, okay.
you went there knowing that you would be sitting on your porcelain throne later that day.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say this right now. You're the only one that sounds
You're
like...
about to tell the whole internet.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell them something. But you're the only one that seems like disapproved the idea of having a Taco Bell in town. Whereas the Groby, Scotty, my mom, my grandma, possibly Riley when he was still in town, and
Taco John's is so much
everybody
better.
I know says they want a freaking Taco Bell in this town.
Taco John's is better.
Everybody,
I don't even know if Taco John's serves Mexican food, but I like their little like potato bitey things.
What I also wanted to say about Taco Bell was, it may have brought some kind of diversity of Mexican food to America. That's why it's called Mexican American food, because it's not.
Yeah,
true.
it brought the concept.
Yeah, it's not true Mexican food, but it brought the concept.
The best Mexican food made. I'm trying to think of the right word. Made by real Mexican moms and grandmas. Like, literally in any culture, if a mom makes it or a grandma makes it, it is the best. So I can only imagine having food made by a Mexican mom or a Mexican grandma is like the best.
I'm going to say this right now, and even though he's not on the channel, you probably will never will, because I never see him ever. But Riley, aka the Fool, who may someday will appear on the channel if I can ever see him again, he will agree with you on that, because he says his mom makes the best tacos.
Oh, is his mom Mexican?
I think so. I mean, his whole family, as far as I know, is Hispanic.
Oh.
How'd you not know that?
Riley? Okay, this is going to sound really, really horrible, but
I'm gonna have to send this one to Riley.
Riley doesn't. Maybe when I see him, I think person, human, and I don't think about nationality. And that's both because he doesn't fit like stereotypes.
Oh, trust me, I crack jokes on his race.
No. Like appearance wise, he doesn't fit stereotypes, and that's making me realize that my brain was slotting things in to whether it fits a stereotype or not, and now I kind of
actually
need to rethink some stuff in my life.
Technically speaking, yes, he doesn't show the typical stereotypical Mexican.
Also, isn't his hair like black?
I think so. But what I want to say is this, for everybody out there just getting kind of an idea of what he looks like. He may not have the stereotypical Mexican look, that most
Honestly,
people...
I always thought he leaned a little more Asian.
Well, here's the thing. The way he dressed looks like he's in a Mexican gang.
Yeah, but anybody can dress to look like something they want to be a part of.
I'm a fan. He always joked about being part of the cartel. Joked. You're not really part of the cartel. I'm going to throw that out there right now.
No, that very much sounds like...
And in case anybody wonders, like, how can you prove this? He carried around a baseball bat everywhere he went. That to me
Maybe
is...
it's for the best that we don't see him again, because it doesn't sound like he wants to get into anything good.
With the cops, yes. With his friends, no.
No, the problem is that if he gets enemies...
He hasn't made
then
the enemy out of him yet.
friends become targets.
Oh, I see what you're going with this. The only real enemy I can think of you would have right now is Donald Trump, let's be honest.
Just hand me another chip. We're going down some weird talking points here.
Yeah, and you know what? We're already like 19 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, weird talking points aside, these are so munchable. These are definitely party food.
If you guys can't tell us about the constant eating the chips for the past 19 minutes, yeah.
I mean, that obviously has to increase the score now. The fact that we just keep eating them.
You finish those chips and we'll get to the rating, okay?
Okay. So you want me to eat them in silence? You can talk.
No, I'm trying to think of something to talk about. I'm drawing blanks right now.
Fair enough.
You ever draw blanks? It's pretty simple. Just grab a piece of paper, get a pencil, and then just don't draw anything. There you go. You draw a blank.
Oh my god. That's actually really good.
Oh, by the way, you probably look behind you. That canister of bubble gum right there?
The ouch?
Yes.
I don't think gum's supposed to hurt you.
No, it's okay. It's wrapped up like a Band-Aid. Like a
I
band.
know that, but my joke is that I don't think you're really supposed to hurt.
Anyway, best bubble gum ever since I was a kid. Best bubble gum.
Never had it.
Oh, it's very good. They got 3 flavors, and I only got one.
I'm curious about how it's packaged now.
Yeah.
Show it off.
It's like this. They used to be a little bit different than this back when.
I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of a Band-Aid, but it also just kind of reminds me of a stick of gum.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's it used to be a little bit different than this back in the 90s.
It was probably shaped a little bit more like a Band-Aid package.
Yeah, it was a little bit different back in the 90s. I think if I remember right, you used to peel it like Band-Aids do.
Oh, that's cool. Of course, they take away all of our fun 90s stuff.
But
if I want to smoke a sugar cigarette, I'll smoke a sugar cigarette, damn it.
Yeah. But now the cool thing about it is that it comes in a little canister that let Band-Aids come in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one cool thing I always like about it. And like I said, there's like 3 flavors: strawberry, watermelon, and grape. Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. I've eaten all but one. Anyway, see, you're done with those chips. Let's get on with the rating. Go for it.
I was going to give it a 6, but because it's got crunchability and munchability, I'm giving it a 7.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I honestly don't think the cheese flavor comes through enough.
I found it just fine.
But the spice level is perfect for someone who is as Wonder Bread white as I am. So
I think everything about it was fine.
Well,
It's not perfect, obviously, with the 9 out of 10, but
I mean, it's a Dorito. Like, that's crunchable.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Crunchable, munchable Dorito.
Yep.
If they had failed at that, I'd be very concerned.
exactly, yes.
But, the fact that it's not so spicy that I could just, like, keep coming back
For
and
more?
grabbing another one. But I think also a reason I'm kind of, like, constantly going for another one is because I think I'm trying to find more cheese flavor. I want the cheese side to be a little stronger than the spice side.
Well, you can smell the cheese, but you
I
can take
barely
the...
smelled it. You're like blown away by it, and I'm just like, this smells like
Then again,
plastic bag.
I'm amazed at just about anything. You know,
No, it's just interesting that whatever they've used to, or whatever recipe they've got going, for some people it hits harder than others. Like for me, practically no impact with smell, and cheese is very subtle for me. But for you, you smelled it intensely, and the flavoring balance is perfect for you. So,
all right.
So yeah, I'm sticking with my 7.
All right, sounds good. Ready to wrap up?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for watching this food review. Of course, I've been BigLT.
But SFParker.
We'll see you guys next time for another food review. You have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.